is no one like you. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Fine, Sandy. Like Visa. Are you back? Are you here? Because ain't going to travel anywhere. I'm trying to keep up with. I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm trying to be like you. Hi, Alan girl. How are you? Hello, Mr. Professor. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's week has been up to a great start. Come on in. Hey, TikTok family, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok family, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay. I had to run that in my head. Like, okay. Yeah, I'm telling you. Trying to keep up. It's here. Sometimes I just try to make myself believe that I can still see without it. That's all. Anyway, hi everyone. Come on in. Say hello when you come in. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. Yo, is it just me or do I think that this month is running like May? By then, like what's going on? Like May is Maying. May is like I'm here from. You're either on board with me or you're getting left behind. Hi everybody. Happy Tuesday. Come on in. If you're just joining us for the first time, please say hello. Let us know what state, city, country, what part of the world, continent you're joining in from. And welcome to, as Miss Eleanor Sanctuary would say, the most positive social space in something. Y'all know what she says. I don't know. Can't keep up. It's running out of speed. Hold on. It's running at the speed of light. Yes, it's going so fast. It's like, okay, quítalo en me. Me, you don't know. Hey, T. Joel. That's my baby boy. Sissy Lawyer. What does that Sissy Lawyer? What does the one after Sissy Lawyer mean? Kid. And let me just shout out to my kid. My boy had high school. Where's that kid? Kids, show your face. High school award ceremony yesterday. He had. I can't even keep up. It had the highest average in Algebra 1, highest academic average in biology, world geography, Spanish 1, and then head of school list. What is that? When you maintain 93 and above? Is it 93 or 95? 93? 93 and above the whole school year? Okay. Yeah. I think he was the only black kid in that group. Weren't you the only black kid in the whole group of 93 and above? Yeah. Can you think of anyone? I can't think of anyone else. Say hi, everybody. Super proud of this young man. My baby boy. Because his mom almost drove him crazy the whole school year. You know you're an African parent when your child comes home with like a 98 and you say, okay, great job. What happened to the 2 points? Did you leave it with a school cat or something? Sometimes I realize, oh, I've become my mother. Yeah. But so super, super proud of him. And leaving the peak in the hair, right? Listen, he had cornrows in. We just took it out because I had a deep condition his hair and all that. Yeah, that's my baby boy. But anyway, if you have never been here, you stumbled upon us and you're like, okay, Auntie, but this is attorney Abisola Adebola Olale. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients regardless of the state you live in. Hey, Miss Eleanor Sanctuary, the president of the Last Born Association. Miss Abena, is she here? She's the treasurer. She's vice president. She's the vice president. TJ is the treasurer. My sister is Miss Ola, that's young. She'll probably be there. Can you have positions of F1 something? Because last ones they're created differently. But anyway, I represent immigration clients in any state, so it doesn't matter. You have you haven't missed anything. It doesn't matter what state you live in. Immigration is federal practice, so that means an attorney can represent you regardless of the state that they are physically based in. So if you want to contact us, our contact information is 334-341-4475, info@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕.com. That's our website. Lawyer all over the world. Hello, God's favorite. How are you? We'll be glad to represent you. Shout out to Miss A, who's green card. Wow, we will submit to her today. Mr. O, Mr. F, green card came in today. We are believing and trusting and declaring that is going to be a month of renewals, of renewed expectations, renewed hope, renewed favor, renewed grace, giving God all the glory at the end of today. And I got an email from Miss A. I almost said, and it takes a lot to make me tear up. But I read that email. I was like, this is what it's all about. Sometimes you just like, especially with this administration, like, what like young people in culture, both emails like that coming in, and you're like, yeah, this is what it's all about. So we will be glad to represent you in your immigration case. Let's talk immigration, y'all. And if you're just joining us for the first time, just know that our style is put in your questions in the comment section. We'll get to as many questions as possible. Responses to questions are general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. So, because I deny it like till Jesus comes back. You can show them video to you, to your nose turns red. Ain't gonna happen. But anyway, let's talk immigration. What we're talking about tonight: case denied. Will I be deported? Y'all, I can't even tell you how many times we've received calls, emails, social media messages about this. Like, okay, they denied my case. Am I going to be deported? Should I be afraid? Yada yada yada. So come on in. Let's talk about that. Case denied. Amen. Case denied. Will I be deported? If you want to know now, let me prefix this by saying, no attorney can guarantee you anything under this administration. This so far in the last 4 months, or less than 4 months, they have spent. Someone was giving me the estimated amount they spent on litigation, paying the expenses that this administration has, as resources they've expended just in defending themselves. It's ridiculous, and they're so-called trying to cut waste. Meanwhile, spending all tax dollars on lawsuits, because obviously they think they're above the law. They want to, disregard the United States Constitution. So many hearings in Congress, so many cases in court. So just so you know, no attorney anywhere can guarantee you anything, because if literally deporting innocent U.S. citizen children alongside their undocumented parents and without any remorse. So imagine if you're not documented. So, and this is not in what's up. This is something that unless you're living under a rock, even if you're living under a rock, you know what's going on. So I wanted to put that out there. So case denied, will not be deported. Now, it's not something that it's not anything new that if you have your case denied, you file a green card application, it gets denied. The standard boilerplate language, and let me pull one up real quick, because that's one thing that gets a lot of people. Is like, people are like, they told me I have to leave the country in 33 days. So if I do not leave the country in 33 days, what happens? Will they just come break down my door? All that. So they say, hold on, let me pull it up here. I think I have one of my cases up. I'm working on a service request to reopen. I'm about to go fight some people. I love to do those kind of things where when a denial is based on their own error, nothing makes me happier than that. Like I just bask. That's what keeps me up till like 2 a.m. I bask in it. Like okay, I'm about to light your you know what up. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, this one was even. Oh, no. Okay, so this is the looking for one. Y'all know what I mean, right? Where they tell you, so based on denial, you're not lawfully present in the United States, so you've got 33 days to leave the country, yada yada yada, or you can risk being placed in remote proceedings. So it's not. That is not. Oh, by the way, y'all don't forget tomorrow is the effective date of real ID compliance. So everyone's got to be tomorrow's May 7th. But it's not like this is something that is new. This law is contained in the Immigration and Nationality Act. So it's not something that it just came up with. It is what the law is, that if you are unlawfully present, you've got that number of days to leave. If not, you can be placed in deportation proceedings for you to now have your day in court and apply for any reliefs from your defense from deportation based in what you believe. However, previous administrations just really never enforce that to a large extent. A lot of people had cases. That's why you have people who have cases denied and then they refile almost immediately, and they get a new work permit or whatever case may be. But under this administration, they've already said it, that one of the things they're going to do is that they're going to enforce placing people in deportation proceedings for cases that if your case gets denied. They've already said it, that it's not a policy they're coming up with. They're just saying that they're going to make sure that that part of the Immigration Nationality Act is going to be enforced as much as possible. And so if you get an I-485 denied, if you fail to respond to an RFE or annoyed and it's considered abandoned, if you withdraw your case, normally you withdraw your case, nothing happens. Or if they conclude that, a case that they suspect fraud in the case, then those are situations where they have said that they will issue a notice to appear in immigration court. And so to answer the question, if your case gets denied, will you be deported? The short answer the legal answer to that is you don't get deported. TJ, keep it down, please. You don't get deported because your case gets denied, because there is something called due process, meaning you are entitled, albeit an undocumented immigrant in the country, you're still entitled to have your day in court, as we say, meaning you're entitled to appear before an immigration judge. Even if you're without status and they issue a notice to appear there, you have a right to present your own defense against deportation. But we are also seeing that people are just, being placed on the plane and being deported to this El Salvador and all that. It's happening more often and frequently under this administration. So it's not like the law changed. It's just that they're not following what the law is. Does that make sense? So it's not like you're going to be placed in the plane, but is that happening? It is. However, for the purpose of this this conversation we're having, if an I-485, for example, gets denied, if an I-751 gets denied, the very first thing I tell people who consult with me to do is go on the EOR website, put in your alien number. Now, the fact that your alien number is not showing on the EOR website does not mean you still will not get a notice to appear in immigration court, because keep in mind, they may email you an NTA, but it may not be entered in the EOR system yet. But for the most part, if your number is not coming up on the EOR website, then that is a good indication that you may not have been placed in deportation, they may not have issued any notice to appear against your name. And so so that's the first thing you want to do. Check the EOR website. If your number is not showing, if it doesn't pop anything up, then the next step is what options do you have? Can you start your case again so that you maximize the time you have before, you, especially within the 33 days? Do you have someone who can file for you, or do you have another alternative to the case that was just denied? So, do you qualify for, do you have a child that is not 21 years old that can file for you? What other immigration benefit do you qualify for? So it's best to just actually find something that you qualify. Can you file for asylum, and do you qualify for an exemption of the 1-year statutory period? If you do, then it's best to take the time to not file for any new immigration benefit that you qualify for. Now, once you do that, most of the time, because you now have something back in the system, they ain't going to waste their time, right? They ain't going to waste their time and just letting it roll. And so time is of the essence, especially now. However, if your case gets denied, and in a situation where dependent, and some field offices are very, very quick to send notices to interpret immigration court. It just depends on where you are. But if you fall within that jurisdiction where they deny your case, when you get that denial notice today, 2 days after you get your NTA, you're going to go to court. It still doesn't mean you get deported. They ain't going to, well, I'm not going to say they're not going to do that, but they're not supposed to just place you on a plane and tell you, oh yeah, I'm a lolly. No, they're supposed to issue that NTA. You go online, you put in your number, your name shows up. You would have to have your day in court. So you start with your master hearing. You appear for a master hearing is basically the immigration judge telling you why you're in court and giving you time, letting you know that you have a right to file an application for relief from deportation, basically your defense from deportation. And if sometimes you may have to have a master hearing rescheduled, especially those who don't have attorneys. Once you have admitted or denied the allegations, they may find you removable, but then you're going to be scheduled for an individual hearing, or also called a merits hearing, so that you not present your defense. DHS attorneys will come and cross-examine you and counter what you're going to present, because their role is to prove to the court that you should not be allowed to stay in the country. Our role as immigration attorneys is to prove to the court that you've got an application for relief from deportation. If you are successful, then you're able to get your relief granted in court. If you're not successful in court, then at that point is when you can get deported, because then immigration judge can put in an order of removal, which is basically a deportation order. However, note that if you choose to appeal, then the case continues, because that's your right. And you can go through it BIA. Some cases go through U.S. district courts. It just depends. So, long story short, your case gets denied. It's not an automatic, okay, your case is denied, we're sending ICE to come pick you up and put you on your plane. Are we seeing that happen in this administration? Yes, unfortunately. Is that how it should be? No. So we're talking about how it should be, what the procedure is, which is case gets denied. You've got some limited time to see if you can restart your case. If you didn't have an attorney the first time, get an attorney, the second time around to correct whatever errors you did the first time around. If you're go on your EOIR website, your number is not showing, great. If your number is showing, then get ready to present your case in court. Even though there isn't PD requests anymore, they scrapped that, you still can file a unilateral motion with the court if you've got a strong basis to request that your case be terminated from court. So it just depends. At the end of the day, each person's case is different. Each person's case needs its own specific analysis. So just so you know, it's not like, okay, your case is denied and then the next thing you're on the plane. No. Can that happen under this administration? It's a possibility. Is that what it should be? No. What it should be is case gets denied. You still have some time, then you may not even get an NTA. If you are not so great, if you're not so lucky, you get an NTA, it's not the end of the world. You go through the court system by presenting your case and having your day in court. It's called due process. Everyone has a right to that, whether or not you are a citizen or non-citizen. That's how it should be. But if you're in doubt and you're not sure how to go about it, get yourself a lawyer, have a consultation, discuss your case in full, so at least you are knowledgeable about your situation. Hope that helps. Hope that clarifies to some extent what's going on, for people. So, and there you have it. And that's all she wrote, people. That's all she wrote. And the auntie Rojo, Momo, tell me something I don't know. Yeah, that's all she wrote. All right, let's get to questions. Let's see. Okay, let me go back here. Let's get to questions. Let's get to questions. I am feeling good today. Can you tell? I know. That was good. I had court this morning. Oh, what did Jenny court Lara you? Well, not really. Well, I just had to put somebody in her place. The one girl I had to put in her place. See, people just, if you always forget that, don't just leave Nigerians alone. Like we can be so professional to the core, but when I'm not Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go higher. I know I don't go higher. I don't. Sorry, I don't. I just don't. We listen. We don't judge. If you want to judge yourself. I don't go higher. I go where you don't, so that you don't get it twisted the next time. That's the level I go with you, because I've seen that when you go there, then we're not going to get it twisted the next time. That's all. I ain't going higher. No, I'm not that saved. God is still working on you, so I don't have that much of a salvation. I'm still a work in progress. So no, I ain't going higher anywhere. We're going lower together, so that you don't get it twisted next time. And then we go back higher. That's all. So let's see. Proud of you, boy. Thank you. Thank you. Well done, Miss City. Such a problem. Like mama, like something. I hope so. Well, I think so. Because I think I'm smarter than his daddy. I think so. His daddy's a physician. His daddy's smart. He's real book smart. Any other aspects? Anyway, hello, Miss Faith. How are you? Good evening, Yemi. Good evening, Ajiro. I hope I probably have murdered your name. I'm sorry. Well, Abdul-Wasiu, Mr. Abdul-Wasiu. That's easier for me. Hello, Mr. Sampson. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Hello, Miss Faith. Hello. Greeting. Hello, Miss Christiana. How are you? Shalafia level. How are the kids? There is any update for asylum seekers on work authorization as of now? I'm not sure what. Well, at least before I came on tonight, there's nothing new that's happening. Can an undocumented disclaimer generate information? Nothing. Yes, we're not paid. Yes. If you haven't met a Nigerian, listen. You can take the girl out of Nigeria. Don't be fooled by all the English. No, we will go down together. So, what the judge is telling Miss Olale? Miss Olale, yes, sir. It's different when people already know. Like, doesn't leave that Nigerian woman. She's itty bitty tiny. Cause I'm 5 foot tall. Itty bitty, way 130 or something. But no, listen. This. All religion goes out the window. No, we're not going higher anywhere. We're going low to the low. Then we can come back higher. The switch is real. I switch so fast. I can go to the professional route, and then no. I say, hey, listen, look here, little girl. But anyway, so let's leave that alone. But you don't ask for forgiveness. When Jesus, you're still working on me, because that salvation is still in progress. There's no update as of the coming in this evening. Can an undocumented mom cross to Canada with 2 kids born in U.S. without problems? That can't answer a question like that. I don't practice in immigration in Canada. But keep in mind, U.S. and Canada, the one thing I'll say is that there's a third-party agreement they have that has to deal with such situations. So, but that's something you're going to have to figure out. You're going to consult with an immigration attorney in Canada to tell you what their procedure with people getting to their border and applying for asylum, whatever the case may be. But that's not a question I can help you with. Hello, Mr. Hamed. Um, yeah, you can call my office and speak to my assistant, but you're going to have to set up a paid consultation. However, if your question is going to be about you crossing into Canada, Miss Faith, that's not something I can help you with. That has to do with Canadian immigration issue, and that's not something I do. I'm on this other side of the border. Um, let's see. Thank you for joining from Ohio, Mr. Hamed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, TikTok family. That's a new good one. Yeah. No, 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 let's go. Like what that says, go below. Like go down. Let's see. Okay, anything about how long is something taken? How long before I can get my work permit? How long is VAW taken? Visit uscis.gov/processing time. So that's where you're going to get same information. That's the same place I will go to get information. That's the same place you can go to get information about processing time. Okay. This is my jet speaking with you today. Who enjoys speaking with me? Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, let's see. So if I skip your question that has to do with how long something, that's the reason. Thank you, ABCDEFG. That's a very unique username. How long can a green card holder stay outside the U.S.? I'm not even advising anyone with a green card to stay outside the U.S. for more than 90 days at this point. 6 months generally is what we say. Under normal circumstances. We're not in normal circumstances. So that's just, and please do not repeat your question. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I see that. Please don't repeat questions. Tell TJ I said so. Oh, hi, Austin. How are you? TJ, Austin says hi. All your friends are on TikTok. If you are in removal and your I-765 expedite was approved, will you get your work permit? Yeah, that's the whole point of the expedite request being approved. Can you stop a deportation? You can always file a stay of deportation with court. So whether or not it's going to be executed is left to government, because we've seen them where, when a judge says a plane should not leave the United States with immigrants, and they still went ahead and deported them. So it's not like there won't be orders that can't stop it. The question is, will they actually follow the order to stop such deportation? And that's really where the question is. Does USCIS waive application fees in certain circumstances? Okay. Please do not repeat. Y'all on TikTok repeat questions a lot. Is it safe for green card holders to travel? Sit down with someone to discuss that. That's a case by case thing, depending on what's in your record. If my EB2 visa is delayed and my kid is not above 21, what happens to that kid? It depends on it depends on if you're consular processing. It depends on if you're adjusting your status here, whether or not the kid is going to benefit from. If you're adjusting status, for instance, so let me give you an example. If you're adjusting status here in the United States and you've got an EB2 I-140 that is pending, but you have a concurrently filed I-140, right? As long as that EB2 petition was filed before the child turns 21, and you guys now have that concurrently filed green card application, that basically freezes the child's age. So it won't matter how long it's going to take to have a process, because the age of the child is now frozen as long as the child was under 21 at the time the child was a derivative beneficiary, and so that child will be fine. I hope that helps with that example. because that'll be the best way I can explain that, or at least for right now. Anything about is it safe to travel with a green card? That's not a question I would answer. Okay. Thank you, Boji. Appreciate it. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, that's my friend. That's my friend since 200 years ago, I believe. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂💏, let me. Is that you or is somebody else posing as 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒂🏞? If that's the same 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂🏞, we've been friends since Jesus first came. Since 1989. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂🏞, you haven't even given me. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂🏞, is that you? First of all, if that's you, what you haven't given the update on your brother's case. Because I'm watching send me an email all as well, and now you can't give me updates. Oh God. Okay. If USCI has waived your criminal conviction and get your green card, are you okay? Okay, that's the travel question. I have submitted my medical record since January. My case was approved, and I haven't heard anything. Your case was approved, and you haven't heard anything. So if your case was approved, what are you waiting to hear? I'm confused with your question. If your green card waiver for if USCI has waived, okay, he's the same person. Anything about travel? That's not the question I'm going to answer. Okay. All right, let's go to Instagram. I think I'm going to eat some swallow tonight. My mama sent me. They were like, if she's labor that you really swallow stew. Because I don't cook any swallow thing. No, I don't. We listen, we don't judge, and you can judge all you want. It doesn't make any difference. I just don't. That's why I think that's one reason why I don't have a boyfriend yet. Let me just go look for Oyinbo or something. Someone that doesn't like Nigerian food, because Nigerian guy is going to be hungry. Maybe Makpao joy. Because no, not gonna happen when cooking. If you would have to learn how to cook. Like I said, that's okay. It is what it is. So, hello, Olive Beauty Empire. Welcome, welcome. Chris Toba, welcome. Financial Ibolewa says, Jay, are you on this side of the border or another side? Mega Med Properties, hello. Bookie Crown, hello. Hey, Miss Sophia. Yeah, May is going like nobody's business. I mean, today is already the 6th. Tomorrow is the 7th. Remember when they were saying May 7, 2025, real ID compliant date, effective date seemed like it was like far away back. Like it seemed like rapture was going to happen first. Here we are. Before you know it, it's middle of May. Before you know it, it's always, before you know it, it's summer. Before you know it, it's Christmas. Yeah. But we ain't complaining though. Thank you, everybody. Hello, Mr. Gumbiadi. How are you? Yeah, okay, so that's what I was trying to remember. Welcome, everyone, to the most positive immigration space on social platforms. Safest space to celebrate immigration victories and ask questions about you. Yo, I'm distracted with this new fragrance that I just got. I am so much in love with it. And I'm not going to gatekeep. I have to share. It is so. If you like anything, how do I describe it? It's not like, I won't say it's like coffee. It has like, it's not musk. It's hard to describe, but I sprayed it. I was like, it smells very luxurious. It smells rich. It smells like, those rich antique kind of fragrance. Like I gotta show you. It is just, and I had it for a while, so I haven't really used it. And so I was like, okay, let me use it when I have court that I know I'm going to be there for a while, because I wanted to really test how strong it is. And I'm telling y'all, it is. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒂𝒏𝒕 expedite denies. So what's next? Case received December 2022 and 2 prima facie. Your case is still within normal processing time. You just have to wait. Okay, let's see. And T. Oh, Miss Peggy, I can speak Yoruba. In speaking Yoruba and Oshinike, like the reading is not. Let's not push it. Let's leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. Canada is not for sale. Super proud of TJ and his achievements and praying for greater heights. Amen. 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 Thank you. But listen, I always tell my kids, my kids will tell you, like, if they can survive anything. Like having me as a mom, and I think Nigerian moms, African moms can relate, even Caribbean moms can relate. Like, there's an expectation. If I'm doing all this something for you, there's an expectation for what you should bring home. Don't let us fight. Like that's wrong. Because y'all remember, like when you go, most of us went in boarding school, right? And you dare not go back home after the semester with crazy grades, because you're here, you're sitting down with your kids doing projects and helping them to review and running to the stores to get their projects done. Back home, now I don't know about now, but when I was growing up with my parents, my mom is not sitting down with me to they'll get you a lesson teacher, right? But when you're in boarding school, there's no lesson teacher. You know you were going to school and you had to come back home with the best grades you can possibly get. If not, you better stay back in boarding school with your teachers and go to your house mistress or something, right? Because you ain't going to take the bragging rights away from your parents. You know what to expect. So yeah, but America is different. You gotta relax. It's not O and F. Amen. It's appointed. Yes, appointed. I love that. Congratulations to all recipients. It is the appointed time. The Lord has ordained it. Looking forward to more approvals on the space in Jesus' name. So shall it be. So shall it be. We speak it into existence and say a resounding amen. Okay. Let's see. God's favor, you have been living on your green card. You were on green card moon. Yeah, that's what we haven't seen in God's favor. Enjoy, please. Alien registration. Can you talk about it, please? What do you want to know about it? I think we've that's like beating a dead horse, and I've made videos about that on our page. So if you go on our page, you would find it. Hey, Miss Sabina, how are you? Thank you, Miss Under Sanctuary. Yeah, I think on YouTube on every channel there's a post about it too. So if someone has work permit, can they get real ID, please? So most states will give you, it's not just about work permit. If you're able to get, your work permit and social security number, you can go to your DMV and apply for a state ID or driver's license. And that's what most states are issuing to people now. Like in my state, you've got is it a star or whatever it is that is being issued. So I'm not sure. There may be, but don't quote me on that. There may be some states, maybe they won't give real IDs to people who are not who are non-citizens. I don't know. I'm just saying, but for the most part, your EAD would show in the safe system that you are authorized to work, and that should be fine. But you're just going to have to find out from your own DMV. Good night to my favorite people in the room. Hey, Queen Khadija, how are you? Exactly, Miss Sanctuary. Thank you. So, let's see. I want to thank God and you for our first win, Mr. Thomas. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Thomas. Interview has been scheduled. I haven't heard from you about that though, but you're welcome. And I think I have your card with me here. I think I brought it home. because I usually have to review all of this stuff. And 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Okay, I think thank you. You just want to put me on blast. They forget that you're a little bit might. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm not even kidding. Like I had a guy who I was talking he's a tall white guy. Sean, he's like 6 foot. Sean is gonna be at least 6'5" or 6'6". So you can imagine me next to someone who's like 6. And we're talking about something, and I said something. He goes, I don't think you understand that you're very intimidating. I said, me? He goes, yeah. How? I said, have you seen all of my size? He goes, it's not about your size. It's about you've got a very domineering personality, and people just get that straight. Like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that, right? But we just don't like people to get things twisted. That's all. That's all. You go low, we go lower. Yes, we are that petty. I'm very, very. See, there's some things that listen. I'm saved. That the salvation is just not that deep on some things. No, we're going to rack it out. I know. My salvation and see is coming for a while. Then I'll come back to it because I know Jesus can undo that one for me. And this one, because if Jesus has it, he's going to tell me to turn the other cheek. I'm not turning no other cheek. This one we're going to handle. What my friend let me cool on court on this one. When do you think the hold on the green card process for asylum will be off hold? You mean I'm a lot very low about logical way. I have submitted my VAR petition February until now. I haven't gotten acknowledged receipt. You're not alone. I'm actually, it's getting frustrating because I think up until I do quite a number of VAR cases. So the ones we got, the recent notices we got today, I think those were cases we submitted second and third week in February. They're still coming in. That's how delayed it and backlogged it is. It's really ridiculous. So it's not you. And I've sent emails. I don't think the emails. I'm even done sending emails to them at this point. So it's not just you. That's what we're seeing. I'm not sure what happened because it happened about 2 years ago. It got better when they changed the filing location to the Nebraska Service Center. But now things are just really backlogged again. I'm not sure what changed. Petty over peace. Sometimes peace is not an option. Can someone who doesn't have Social Security register for real ID? I think it just depends on the state. There's some states that it doesn't matter what your what's it called? Immigration status is. They will give you the same ID or driver's license they'll give people who are citizens. So it still depends on your state. But the DMV is, and some states, whether you have a Social Security number or you don't have anything, they don't no questions asked. Everybody can apply. So it just depends on the states. Okay. You have no problem. Maryland is bit start too. Okay, yeah, right. So everyone just has to be compliant. That's all. And if all else fails, if you got an unexpired unexpired foreign passport is a valid alternative until you're able to get a real ID compliant document. They're not considered real ID documents, but they're considered valid and acceptable alternatives that would be sufficient for you to travel. TSA would accept that, or to go into federal agencies like USCIS, doing your biometrics, things like that. Let's see. I think I don't want to miss anyone's question. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's where I stopped. Okay. Until now. Okay. Is it advisable to get married to a U.S. citizen that is on Section 8? There's nothing wrong with it as long as the person is going to be truthful with their housing property manager. Because the thing with Section 8 is they are income based, right? Low income, and that's how they get the benefits. A lot of them will lose certain benefits, especially if you're getting married to someone who's, I don't know of any immigrants. I just don't know. I may be wrong, but I don't know of any immigrant who is going to wait for the government to take care of them. We have too much pride for that. And so I say that to say is you're probably going to be making as much money as that spouse that will now make that person no longer qualify for their benefits from the government. And that's usually where the problem starts with Section 8 spouses. They do not want to lose those benefits. They don't say anything to the property manager or whoever is in charge. And then you as an immigrant cannot be put on the lease agreement and all that. So as long as they're going to be truthful, you can get on their at least you're considered to be married. If there's a potential that they may lose their benefits. So as long as they do everything they're supposed to do, it's not about you getting, because Section 8 people, there's nothing that's going to be discrimination. Why can't someone who's on Section 8 petition for somebody else, and obviously they'll get someone to be a joint sponsor, but it's the issue usually comes from those people not wanting to lose their benefits and then hiding you as the spouse, and that not becomes an issue with your immigration case. I hope that answers your question. My question now is, can I travel? Because I think House says I must take permission. Yes, you can. You can't travel yet, because Canada, but you've gone to Canada like 200 times already. That was the plan. Miss Shandy, Miss Ella Sanctuary, and myself. I don't think Miss Abena was going to. I'm not sure, but you've gone like 300 times. Yes, you need permission. So sit. Have 200 seats. Sit down. What benefits does prima facie document give with regards to deportation? It's supposed to make you a qualified alien that temporarily provides you with it's not a deferred action, but it's a temporary version of it, if I may use that phrase. Whether or not it's something that is going to be regarded is another story entirely. We're hopping into our checked luggage. I'm packing up my bag, please. I'm telling you, she hasn't sat down since December. I should have seized her green card. I received the call back again. What are we talking about, Miss Peggy? If your spouse withdraws your case from USCIS, what's the consequences? There's always the possibility that you may be referred to immigration court if you have no fallback status. But you may also want to consult with another attorney. If they do that, would you qualify for a VA where you can now convert? So yeah, boyfriend is coming soon. Oh no, Bashi, I don't know where it's coming over. We'll see. Oh Lord, I need to work on me. I'm telling you, all jokes. Like, I'm a very nice person. My mom will tell you I'm very nice. Mo command moments like mo command check out. And I think that's just the Nigerian thing. You just check out like everything. You just have to show people sometimes. Like what do you don't be too comfy, kind of thing. Like I can pray to Jesus because I'm a one way mini, but when it's time to go low, I might go low. So anyone that can deal with that, that's fine. Assuming they're hungry and you can order Chick-fil-A for them, you would pick the one you to turn semo. That's the thing about African men. They want you to do semo and all that. But no, if you're willing to do semo for me too, that's fine. We can do it in turn. You probably would end up doing it more though, because I just call my mama like, hey, can you ship me something? That's what you would eat. Can't wait for my birthday, June 12th. Congratulations. Happy birthday in advance, Miss Peggy. And Miss Abena has a birthday coming up too. When she's not Yaput. I'm not, please. Yaput gone. 3 weeks of summer. Where are the summer buds? Let's go. Nigerian boyfriend says on your stage, you will enter kitchen on your full face of expensive. Come on, every time you come on your perfume. Listen, I have to go cook for my kid. Like my kid will say, "Hey, we haven't had," you know, when it comes to like, we haven't had jollof rice in a while, and by we he means him. And I'm thinking, okay, American all over. Jamie, first of all, you have in Nigeria. Okay, yeah, my teeth on jollof rice in a while. I don't know, but and the one that thinks I don't have a boss. I have a boss. He's right there in the kitchen. What is the name of the fragrance? Share, please. TJ, come help me get something real quick. It's Neiman Marcus 1907. You'll get it for me. With the red nails and lipstick cutting. Exactly. Hey, we're messing with that nails. TJ, give me that. Sorry to bother you. Can you give me that? What are you eating, baby? You know you still have some igusi. Like, can you give me that? I know that there's a lot of fragrance on my counter, right? The one that is right on that red box on the other counter, the other vanity. Excuse you. Seriously. The one that's on the other vanity, like close to the other closet in the bathroom. That red on the red box. Can you bring it for me? Okay, let's see. There's this prayer that I have been praying that this executive order will get to setting citizenship requirements to 3 years as a permanent resident. Listen, there's nothing. We serve a God, an invisible God who does the impossible. Thank you, baby. Right here. This is what it is. It is. Oops. What's it called? It is so good. I'm telling y'all. Okay. NM. Okay, that's what it is. It's Bodesia. Bodesia. Is it Bodesia or Bodesia the Victorious 1907, and it has NM Neiman Marcus. I'm telling you, this is, and y'all, I am a fragrance. I'm obsessed with fragrances. I'm like, you should see my can. Like, my second vanity in my bathroom is just about fragrance. It's 3 layers. It's an obsession. My mama says like, oh, 𝒑𝒂𝒏𝒕. I know, but this one right here, I'm telling y'all, this one right here. If I don't catch a man with this, then there's no hope. There's no hope. I'm telling you, because yeah, so proud of you. I wish you. Thank you, Miss Havana. It smells heavenly. Like you're gonna, like, everyone in court. This was like, what are you wearing? And I was like, oh, okay, that was the effect I wanted. And I haven't sprayed it all day. And I left this house because I had to get TJ to school by 7. So I've been out of the house since 6:40. That last 6:40. So imagine Lata Road. So this over 12 hours. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. There's a star. Okay. Listen. Holy Ghost fire. Is real ID mandatory? That's the law. Everyone has to have real ID compliant. But like I said, if you're going to travel domestically, if you're going to USCIS, for instance, for whatever, you still can use your foreign passport as an alternative document, ID. How long that's going to last for, I don't know. Don't say crazy, yeah. Please, I will personally hand it over to you when I come back from Nigeria. Hopefully. Can a green card holder file for her spouse? Yes. So I already said this is the question is not can you as a green card holder file for your spouse? You can file for your spouse all day, every day. The question is, if you are looking for that spouse to get a green card in the country, then the first question is that spouse in a valid non-immigrant status? If the answer is no, then the spouse is not going to be eligible to get a green card based on your I-130 without having to leave the country, because they've overstayed and they're going to need a 601A waiver and then consular process. The alternative to that is when you now become a citizen. So that there's much more analysis that goes into that when you are a green card holder filing for a spouse. Where did you get it? I bought it from Neiman Marcus. So I think this is actually, that's what this NM means. Neiman Marcus. The brand is Bottega, but whoever knows how to pronounce it. Bottega the Victorious. That's the designer, but then they have different types. But this one is the NM. I love very strong masculine, because my mom said I should have come as a boy because she prayed for a boy, but then she got me. So I tend to love very, very strong. I have a very strong personality, so it just matches my personality. But this is not too strong. I'm told it can be unisex. I don't know, but yeah. But you will wear it, and everyone's going to ask you. Praise God. Thank you. Okay, the spouse is in a valid student status and is okay. So yes, you can file. So you can file the I-130 right now. I think for the month of May, USCIS is working on cases that were received in February 2025. So that's a 3-month delay, which is not bad. If they keep using the dates for filing chart, then it's going to catch up where. So for instance, if you file the I-130 today, and when the visa bulletin gets to May 6, 2025, then he's able to now file for, he or she's able to now file for the green card at that time without having to leave the country. Yeah. If someone applies for a U.S. passport for his underage kid, do you still have to apply for citizenship for them? Well, so I guess what you mean is what I'm assuming your child has acquired citizenship from you when you became a citizen, and you're asking if you still have to apply for certificate of citizenship. Is that what you're asking? IM_OD. Is that what you're asking basically? I mean, if that's what you're asking, let me go here and see what other questions, because we're already out of time. Finish your listen, we can judge. Oh, Mr. Ahmed, we listen. Yeah, listen and don't judge, because they be magpieing. So, okay. So I always say that if you go to a post office that they understand that the child doesn't necessarily need to have a certificate of citizenship, and they can do the analysis and let the child apply for U.S. passport, great. But I just feel much more comfortable where a child has their own certificate of citizenship. So you file the N-600. That's just me. If you're able to swing it, do it. It just saves a lot of stress. And some, because I've seen people get to the point where they want to renew the passport for the child, and then that's when they're asking them for proof of citizenship. It just gets, you just never know. But once you have it, then you're not worrying about that. Can one get a real ID with prima facie, please? That's going to be up to your DMV. Okay, so let's see. Finally got my green card through EB1A. Congratulations. Now I'm confused what to do with the green card to plan if you... Well, it's a good problem to have, right? Any advice? Please, leaving Niger, the goal was to get green card, but did nothing beyond that at the time. Okay, 26 years old. I mean, you got to come here and see what it is like. First of all, I can't give you any advice until you've come to US and see what it is for yourself. I got a green card from VAWA. My ex-wife got a green card from VAWA. My ex-wife Okay, so Andrew, I'm assuming you're saying that you got your green card through VAWA. Your ex-wife is a green card holder. Do you apply for citizenship based on 3 years or 5 years? If your ex-wife is a green card holder, then it's going to be 5 years. Okay, let's see. There you go, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you. Okay. All right, people. Let me put this here. I'm just talking now, which tells me to. Okay, yes, it is going to be. You got his passport already. Hello, Mr. Akim. How are you? I'm a citizen. Do I need American visa on my Nigerian passport? No. Why would you need an American visa on your Nigerian passport? You're a citizen. You said you're King Adele, you are a U.S. citizen, right? Or what's I'm a citizen. What citizen? Citizen of where? U.S. citizen. Is that if that's needed? If you're a U.S. citizen, you don't need a U.S. visa. I'm hoping that's what you're asking. My son got his citizenship through me when he was 16 years old. Can he do an interview when apply at night? Can he do interview when apply at 19? My son got. I'm completely confused. A Jokes baby. Your son got his citizenship through you when he was 16. Okay, so what interview is he doing? Interview for what? Okay. Is it a good time to apply for citizenship? I've had that people ask me that question so many times. I just don't see the reason, and unless there's something to worry about in your record, I just don't see it. We're applying for citizenship for people. One of my clients, Miss N, who has been a green card holder since 2016. Let me see. Hold on one second. What's the last thing? Okay. Let's see her file here, right here. Since 2016, she consulted with me some time ago. We talked about the issues that she was concerned about. That was during the Biden administration, and then we were going to wait for something. There was something we were waiting on. What we were waiting on didn't turn out the way we thought it was going to turn out. So she said, "You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it." We had another consultation of like, this is, worst case scenario. This is what we're looking at. Yada yada yada. So she's been a citizen. She's been a green card since April 2016. So we decided finally this year, and under this administration, to apply. So we applied for it back on. So you don't apply. We applied for it back in January. Funny enough, actually, the day that this person was inaugurated was the day we submitted it. We're concerned about, and then part of our concern, we got an RFE. And then I responded to the RFE, and my cover letter to my RFE recently wasn't particularly nice. It was a bluff, to be honest with you. It could have gone either way, but I was like, hey, y'all just wasting our time on this. Long story short, she's not been scheduled for oath ceremony, and there was a huge concern about her case, but she's been scheduled for oath ceremony. My point is, if we can go ahead in such a case, and there's another case too. He had a child while he was. Yeah, we filed it back last year. He got he had his interview back in February. He's already been sworn in. I don't see the reason why you should wait, is my point. Just if you're in doubt about anything or concerned about anything, just talk to a lawyer. All right, so we will continue the questions on Thursday. I found for EAD09 renewal since December, and C31 receipt was sent because I have still pending. Okay, yeah, I have a couple of cases where they made that error. What we did in that situation was we sent yet another C9 just to be on the safe side. We filed another C9, especially because you're not paying filing fees, and then also sent an email to them through the emails for attorney that because this was their error. So what we did, so right now that client has to C9 work permit because they corrected their error and issued the right one. And then we got the one we filed. So that's what I would suggest that you can do. But anyway, so we'll continue. We'll pick back up on Thursday. Absolutely, Miss Sophia. We pick back up on Thursday. Um, y'all, I'm telling you, this space is very, very refreshing, very therapeutic, even for me. I love it when we come together every Tuesday and Thursday. I can't even tell how many people consult with me and say, never how many times can miss program here because I just look forward to something to just lift my spirit up. It's very encouraging, and even for me. So and that's why we have zero tolerance for negativity. That's plenty of it out there. But as we come together each and every Tuesday, each and every Thursday, and share all these joys and celebrations and laughter and goof around and all that, it's all in fun. And knowing that at the end of it all, we have one common goal, which is for everyone to succeed in whatever it is that their journey is going to take, wherever the journey is going to take them to. We will collectively and continuously put one another before the altar of grace and intercede on behalf of each other. Because where two or three are gathered, there in the midst he is. And we would, pray together and agree in faith that everything that our hearts desire, God is going to meet each and every one of us at the point of our needs. It's always a great time with you guys, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody.